Apfelbaum.
Fell. Bound.
Apfelbaum, but a baum. It's like bow,
Out.
bow, bow, bow,
Bow,
bow.
bow, bow. I love it, man. This is gonna be great. We're gonna have a great conversation. All right, let me get us rocking and rolling here.
Recording in progress.
Welcome everybody to Market Mavericks. I'm your host Matthew Eford, and I have my new friend here with me, Joe Apfelbaum, and I'm so excited to hear from Joe about AI and about LinkedIn. And all you business owners that are out there that are listening, this is such a great resource for you to be able to grow your business, to grow your connections. If you're an entrepreneur looking to get into business ownership, this is a great resource for you. You need to lean in and listen. So, Joe, those who don't know you, introduce yourself. What tell us a little bit about your business.
Hey everybody, my name is Joe Apfelbaum. I'm the CEO of Evy. I help people generate revenue using LinkedIn. LinkedIn has 1 billion people on it right now, and most people don't understand how to be able to generate clients, generate revenue from LinkedIn. And I've been teaching people how to leverage LinkedIn for the past decade. I've trained over 1,000 companies. And my most recent company that we launched last January now serves 20,000 users in 37 countries around the world. And we're basically
hold
just...
on. Say that again, Joe, for anybody who just glossed over that. Say that again. In a year, what has that growth been like? Tell us again.
Yeah, so when I started my business, I didn't know if the company would actually be able to get customers, but I posted a poll on LinkedIn, and I said, if anybody's interested in getting a sales assistant that will help you use artificial intelligence to write posts, comments, messages, then say yes. Let me know if you're interested, and let me know if you want to join a private paid beta. And 500 people said they were interested, and 100 people paid for the private paid beta before I even designed it or anything. It was just an idea. Amazing. And I realized I'm onto something big. I'm onto something that people really need. People are hungry. People not sure what to post on LinkedIn. They're not sure what to comment on LinkedIn. They're not sure anything. And so I've been hustling. So I spent 2023 figuring out how to build it and do all that stuff. And over the past year, so January we filed for a corporation, for an LLC, and now we have 20,000 users in 37 countries around the world.
It's amazing.
And, it's crazy going from a guy who just grew up in Brooklyn, New York, not really learning business. My father wanted me to be a rabbi. I became a rabbi. I realized as a teenager, this is not what I want to do. I was crying to my mother. I told my mother, Ma, I don't know how to make money, and all the rabbis I know are poor. I don't know what to do. What do I do? And she said, hop in the station wagon. I don't know if you know what a station wagon is, but it's one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so we had a used old, there weren't any minivans back then. So I hopped in a station wagon, and
were you sitting looking forward, or were you sitting looking
exactly
backwards?
I was actually in the front with her, but typically I would love to hop in the back.
Yeah, we would always hop in the back and wave at people.
Exactly, and throw things at them and whatever, because the window would go down, and Anyway, bottom line is, she took me to the library, and she said, go in there. She said, formal education, going to college, which is not really an option for you. Going to college is where you can make a living. Formal education will make you a living. But self-education, and she told me this in Spanish, she said, self-education will make you a fortune. Go figure out how to learn. He's like, you're smart. Go get a book, get 2 books, get 3 books, and figure it out. And that's kind of like what I did. I learned how to build websites. I learned how to fix computers, and I became really obsessed with the computers. And, eventually I reverse engineered Google's algorithm to learn how to do SEO, how to become #1 on Google, because Google doesn't give you instructions. How do you become number one on Google? So I had to figure that out. I got really good at it because I was building websites for people. The famous saying I read in a book, hey, if you build it, they will come. And I built it for everyone. Nobody came. I had to learn how to make them come. You can't just build it and hope that they come. You got to learn what is the technique to make them come. And the answer is SEO, search engine optimization. So there's on-site SEO, off-site SEO, and so on. So I learned how it works by watching Matt Cutts and Aaron Wall and reading books and really geeking out on it. I realized that I really love reverse engineering things and figuring things out, like puzzles and mazes and so on. And so I got really good at it, so much so that people started clamoring at my door for me to do SEO, and I built a company, and before you knew it, we were on the Inc. 500 as one of the fastest growing companies in America. Wow. I didn't know that that wasn't even a big deal, that we were doing several $1 million in revenue. I thought that was just normal. That's what people do. And then I looked around and I was like, oh my God, 96% of businesses are doing less than $1 million a year in revenue. I'm doing something special here. And now building this company, even with so many customers, realizing what it really takes to build a company, a software company, and what it takes to get to the $1 million mark is a very, very hard push. And it takes time, and it takes effort, and it takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of strategy, especially if you're not funded and you're self-funding and you're bootstrapped. It's a very difficult thing to do. So we're pushing, and we're growing, and we're making a difference for people. Like I said, there's 1 billion people on LinkedIn, and most of them are just logging in. They don't really have a strategy, and I believe that the right strategy will save you a decade. And so I teach people, here's a step-by-step process to go from a lurker to an influencer in just 15 minutes a day. So even if you only have 15 minutes a day, you can take all the right activities. You can get exposure, build credibility, get new clients, and you do that following a very specific methodical way that I use on a daily basis. I mean, if you go to LinkedIn and you look me up right now, you'll notice that I have a very specific way of doing things on LinkedIn. And the way that I do things help me be able to get exposure. It helps me be able to build trust with people. You know what the famous saying is? People do business with other people that they know, like, and trust. And on LinkedIn, learning how to get people to trust you and to know you and to build relationships with you is very, very key. And most people have absolutely no idea how to do that. They don't know how to do it in real life. They're busy selling, and you don't want to be selling to people at a networking event. LinkedIn is a 24/7 networking event. That's what it is. So that's the idea. And so we have something called the Evyrgreen networking system that teaches people how to use LinkedIn. The Evyrgreen networking system walks people through the 9 modules of how to come up with your plan. You need 3 types of plan. You need a business plan, a marketing plan, and a LinkedIn plan. They all have to be linked together. You need to know who you're targeting. You need to target the right people and the right centers of influence. So that's step 2 is the people. So the first is the plan, then the people, and then you need to figure out what your promise is. No one's gonna trust you or have faith in you if you don't give them a promise, and the promise has to tie to their pain. And so if you learn how to come up with the right promise to the right people for the right plan, then you have your strategy in order. And we use AI to help you be able to build it out. We use the Evyrgreen networking system to give you the frameworks, but it used to be that when we were teaching the Evyrgreen networking system half a decade ago, people had to fill it all out themselves, and they would go out of their mind. Now you just put in some information, you hit go, and AI fills it in. It tells you all the pains, goals, dreams, and fears of your customers like this.
I love that.
But you need to have the framework first and the strategy in order to be able to do that. So that's what we hand to people. We give them the framework, and then we give them Evy AI, the technology that you lay on top of the framework, and boom, you know your plan, your people, and your promise. Then we help you identify your stories, because stories sell. They say features tell, but stories sell. We help you optimize your profile. We'll write your headline, your about us. We'll write all the different things in your profile. We'll even give you templates to be able to have a business networking one-sheet. If you go to my profile, you'll be able to see the business networking one-sheet that I have. And I do this for all our clients. And in about 5 seconds, we create you a business networking one-sheet with who is your ideal clients, who's your target market, how to introduce you, all your contact information, your skills, experiences, and passions, all in one page, done for you like this with AI. And then we help you understand what other technologies you need. You know, a lot of people don't know how to use OBS. They don't know how to use, rigorous technology. So we give you simple technologies to help you enrich contacts, to help you automate things, to help you make things faster. And then we teach you how to get credibility, how to build engagement, how to get new clients. We have a process called the greeting, feeding, and meeting process. We have a LinkedIn Connections dashboard. So we have very strategic ways to help people get from where they are right now to where they want to go. And sometimes it includes a CRM. We have a CRM called Unlimited Digital Marketing, available at unlimiteddigitalmarketing.com, that we make available. We have Evy AI, our technology, our sales assistant, EVYAI.com. And we're actually running a deal right now, just so you know, for people that want both the Evyrgreen networking system and Evy AI. We have something called the bundle. Because, Matthew, I'm into abundance. Are you into abundance?
I am, yeah.
So I said, if you want a little bit of abundance, get a bundle. get a little bundle.
Yeah.
So if you send the word bundle to 973-841-8868, that's 973-841-8868, you send the word bundle, you get a special link where you get our $10,000 program and our unlimited AI that gives you everything for a few $100s a year. So we're running a special for people that are into abundance that can be able to get this deal. So that's kind of like the idea. The idea is making a difference for people one at a time, watching coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, and full-on sales teams be able to excel on LinkedIn is what brings me joy.
I love that. I love that. So obviously, I mean, anybody who doesn't know you that's listening to that, you have such a good system mind, right? That this you walk through your entire system, and you take it in a sticky way. You give sticky slogans to help you remember. Is that something that you learned in books? Is that something that your
Courses.
mom saw earlier? Where is that coming from?
Courses, simple as that. Just courses. I've taken so many courses, bought so many programs, and actually digged deep into those courses and programs. And if you don't dig deep into the courses and programs, it's just simply not going to work.
Sure.
Most people are just not doing what they need to do to be successful, and as a result, they're not getting to their goals. You need to be able to have all the right programs in place in order for you to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. So I always tell people, make sure that you're taking all the right actions, and make sure that you're taking the right programs that will get you there. People are willing to pay $250,000 for college and go into debt for the rest of their life, but they're not willing to pay $10,000 for a course? Dude, I spent $49 on a course from this guy, $49 a month. I stayed on it for a year. It was $600. I went deep. I watched each video like 10 times, and then I implemented, and that taught me how to be able to do this framework. The guy's name was Aaron. He changed my life because I was trying to launch a course in like forever, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure out how the heck do I do this? How do I launch a course? How do I break it down? And he taught me how to come up with these little kitschy words and create the whole framework. And like, it was just like, it is the shortcut to success is literally doing what I just said, which is taking courses. And so people like, oh, he just wants to sell his course. No, don't buy my course. Actually, my course doesn't cost any money. I give you software and a course are free included. It's on me, so I'm not telling you to pay me anything. I don't want anyone to take the course if they're not going to implement. So that's why I say get the software, I'll give you the course. But the idea is that's what changes lives. Getting in a room with an expert that has been doing it for a decade, whether it's branding, marketing, video, whatever it is, I hire experts to teach me. That is literally the shortcut. You want to be genius mode? Literally hire people that have been there, that have done that, and pay them an hourly fee, and watch the way they cut 10 years of your learning time, just like that. It's insane.
You're able to decrease the curve of learning curve, right? You're getting to glean wisdom from somebody else. You're getting to expedite your success. That you're, instead of going through all of the little roadblocks, the little bumps in the road, you're getting to jump over a lot of those. So talk to me specifically about LinkedIn. Why LinkedIn? I didn't personally know there was 1 billion people on LinkedIn. That's fantastic information.
Yeah. If you go to about.linkedin.com, you just go to about.linkedin.com. It says over there, welcome to LinkedIn, the world's largest professional network with more than 1 billion members in 200 countries and territories worldwide. Their vision is to create an economic opportunity for every member for the global workforce, and the mission on LinkedIn is simple: connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. When did they start? They started back in the living room of Reid Hoffman back in 2002, and they officially launched in 2003. So it's 22 years old, let's just say, 22 years old. LinkedIn is 22 years old. That is insane. And they're growing at a rate of 3 new members every second. So if you're not leveraging LinkedIn right now, like, what are you doing? People are like, oh, but my target market's not LinkedIn. Wrong. Your target market is on LinkedIn because everybody's on LinkedIn. Anyone that's doing business in today's world needs to be on LinkedIn. And Microsoft owns LinkedIn. Did you know that Microsoft paid $26.2 billion for LinkedIn a few years ago? Like 10 years ago. They paid billion. Oh, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, everyone made a big deal that he paid $40 billion for it. But Microsoft paid 3 times that based on what the currency was worth when they bought it. They paid $26.2 billion, and everyone's like, oh, that seems normal. That seems normal because Microsoft did it, the biggest company in the world. So the idea is, yes, it seemed normal because they make $1 billion profit every single year from it. So it's just ridiculous how much power LinkedIn has and how few people are actually using it correctly. And if you learn how to use it and you get an assistant to help you out, an AI assistant that's made for LinkedIn, Evy AI, it'll change the game for you.
So talk to me about, I'm on LinkedIn and I get a lot of spam messages on LinkedIn. I get the ridiculous spam that I will get a note that they're asking me if I want it. One of the businesses I have is an outdoor lighting business. We specialize in permanent holiday lights, temporary holiday lights, and landscape lighting. And they will message me and say, hey, are you interested in learning more about Christmas lights? It may be a business opportunity you want to get into. Like, I've been doing that for almost a decade now. Like, what are you talking about? So how is your system preventing those type conversations?
Well, it's very simple. We put guardrails around our artificial intelligence that it's not salesy. It's not going to hit you up. We'll write a connection note for you, and the connection note will be like, hey, I looked at your profile. I noticed X, Y, and Z. Are you open to connecting with me on LinkedIn? I craft it in a way where I'm not trying to sell you anything. I have 1,000 people waiting to connect with me on LinkedIn. Did you know that? I have 1,000 people waiting to connect with me on LinkedIn. I don't accept everybody's connection request. If I go on LinkedIn and I take a look at all the people that are waiting to connect with me on LinkedIn, it's embarrassing to see what they're writing there. Like, really? You're trying to sell me marketing services to the CEO of one of the fastest marketing agencies in the world? Like, are you serious? Like, is that what we're doing right now? You're selling me stuff? You're trying to sell me things that people hate to be sold. They love to buy, but they hate to be sold. So if I take a look at it, people are just literally, they're out of their mind because they're not paying attention. People are literally not paying attention. And so do you know what the max amount of connections you can have on LinkedIn?
I don't.
The max amount of connections that you can have on LinkedIn right now is 30,000 connections.
Okay.
And if I take a look at how many connections I have on LinkedIn, I'm going to click on My Network, and then I'm going to click on Connections. I have 29,999 connections.
Wow.
So I'm at my limit. The one thing I love about LinkedIn is that you could see everybody's first name, last name, company name, where they work, where they worked before, where they went to school. Like, literally everything you could possibly want on somebody, the information that you could possibly want on someone is available right on LinkedIn. And I tagged you inside Evy AI as a podcast host, by the way. And then I click one button and I see all of your posts. And then I click another button and then I leave a comment on each one of your posts, except for the one that you reposted most recently from 2 hours ago, the Lighting Pro ones. I didn't leave a comment on that, but I'm the only one that commented on your last 5 posts. So I want you to take a moment and think about that for a second, the power that I'm doing this while I'm on a podcast. I'm using one finger, saving awesome. You, putting you into a list, tagging you, making sure that you're I'm inside your comments already, building those relationships. So I didn't even send you a connection request yet. Now I'm going to send you a connection request. I'm going to press the connect button. The add a note feature pops up, and then I want to think about, okay, what should I write? I don't have the time to think about what to write. You know why? Because if I have to think about what to write, I'm not going to be present on this podcast. So instead, Evy AI wrote the following. Hi, Matthew. I admire your commitment to creating a family-friendly outdoor spaces with your businesses. As a fellow lifelong learner, I'd love to connect and share insights on leadership and community building. I pressed send. I did not just sell you. I connected with you. I took the time to see that you have multiple businesses. I took the time to see all that stuff. But, most people are just not willing to take the time to do that. And as a result, they're missing out. They're missing out on the opportunity to build real relationships. And, that's a real shame.
I love that. So let me pause this there just for a second, Joe. Talk to the person that is on this, that maybe they would consider themselves a solopreneur, right? They don't have LinkedIn. They cut grass. They pressure wash. They paint houses. They hear LinkedIn. They say, I'm not a professional. I run this small business. I don't really want to have another social media platform. Bust that myth for them. Talk to them about how they can gain business in their small business as they grow their team.
Well, the number one way to get high quality customers is networking. Am I right or am I wrong about that?
You're very right.
If you're doing cold calling, you're not getting high quality customers. You're getting people that are distracted that are picking up the phone. But if I refer you to a lawn care person, how are you going to get those big deals? You're going to get those big deals through relationships. Your best customers come through relationships, period. So if you want to be able to grow your business, you need to grow your relationships. LinkedIn is the only platform where people only come to build relationships. So no matter what business you're in, whether you're a professional or whether you're blue collar, you need to be networking more and building relationships. And who are you going to build relationships with? The homeowners. Who's a homeowner? The CEO, the vice president, the people that can afford to be a homeowner. So if you're in a home-based business, a homeowner business, you need to be using LinkedIn. And if you do it, you'll have a competitive advantage because most electricians, most lawn care people, they just think they need to be on Instagram. They just think they need to be on TikTok because that's what goes viral. People are poor on those platforms. The rich people, they're networking on LinkedIn and they're building relationships. And if you comment on the CEO's profile for someone in Wichita, Wisconsin, or wherever you are, or in a suburb of Georgia, and you see that there's a lawyer there and you comment on their post, chances are that lawyer owns a home. And chances are when you get on the DM and you have a conversation, you get to know them and you build a relationship, they can be like, hey, you do lawn care? Why don't you come to my house? I have this random guy that does it and I don't like the way he does it. Can you give me a quote? Oh, sure, I'll come give you a quote. And then he'll introduce you to all his neighbors. And that's how you get 20 customers using LinkedIn.
Preach, Joe, preach. I love it. That's fantastic. So then you just covered about home services. I love that. So talk to us a little bit more about your system with AI. Obviously, it's very easy, right? You've developed this system that's very, very easy. Sounds like it's going to be super expensive. Talk to us about, you mentioned that you're running a promotion right now, the bundle. Remind us the number to text. And then give us a little bit more feedback. Is it a monthly payment? Is it an upfront payment? Like what does it look like for us getting on this system?
So it's typically $197 a month to use our technology. And if you want to use the basic version of the technology, it starts at $29 a month. If you prepay for the year, it's $180 right now. We're running a promotion for the basic version. But if you want the bundle, you got to take the more advanced version and you pay for the year and we give you half off. So it's basically $984 a year. Okay. So for a couple $100 a year, you get not only the training on how to use LinkedIn, which we charge lots of money for. We charge $10,000 for our training, but you also actually get the technology that you need in order to be able to properly do all the things that you need to do. And so we teach you how to be able to get on the phone with people, how to be able to book meetings, how to be able to network, how to be able to do all the things that you need to do in order for you to be successful. And if you do it correctly, you're going to get results. You're going to get clients. So my idea is making sure that you understand the step-by-step process to use it. And if you want the deal, the bundle, just text the word bundle to 973-841-8868. That's 973-841-8868. And you'll be able to simply, in just a matter of minutes, be able to log in, set up your persona, and then start doing all the right things that you need to do. If you want to have all the things that other people don't have, you have to be willing to do all the things that other people are just simply not willing to do.
Amen.
That's the idea.
Tell me, Joe, if somebody says, hey, I'm not quite ready to jump into a program like that, but I just want to start using LinkedIn better, what advice would you have for somebody they're not going to go as fast as you? They're going to miss out on opportunities because they're not using your system. I totally get that. But if they say, hey, I just want to dip my toe in the sand, what is somebody that you kind of get them on the platform, you get them working on the platform, what advice would you have?
What I would say the first step is get the basic version of EvyAI for $180 for the year. So at least you get access to something. And then we have like LinkedIn 101 that you can watch in our community that will basically walk you through the basics of using LinkedIn. And when you're ready to upgrade to the bundle, if you're already using LinkedIn and you want to take it to the next level, then you can upgrade and we'll prorate you and support you and whatever. But at least come to some webinars. We have a webinar that happens on twice a month. You go to evyai.com/webinar. You can watch a webinar for free. There's no cost to it. Come to a webinar or watch the replay, evyai.com/webinar-replay. You can go in there and watch a webinar. Join our community. We have a free community that you can join, teaches you how to use AI for LinkedIn. But come to something. Come to some event. Invest in yourself. And by the way, you can try EvyAI completely free. There's no credit card required. So you can go to evyai.com, sign up right now, get a free account, try it out. If you actually want all the training, I would say invest in yourself. Invest in yourself and spend a few $100s a year to actually get the training. That's where the rubber hits the road. Like if you're really serious about it, you just want to dabble, but you want to get into it and actually use it and actually generate $100,000 in new profit directly from LinkedIn, then don't dabble. I would say don't. I would advise you not to dabble and to get serious about networking, get serious about referral building, get serious about getting clients, because people that are athletes are serious. Yeah. So my question to that person is like, are you an athlete? Or are you kind of dabbling? Are you dabbling or are you kind of leaning in? I'm not telling you to go spend $100,000 on schooling. I'm telling you spend a few $100s on technology and get all the schooling you need. That's what I'm saying. Spend a few $100s on technology and get all the schooling you need in order for you to get people on the phone. And if you're not willing to do that, then maybe you should just get a job.
Amen to that.
And it shouldn't be sales. It should be some operational job.
Oh, that's a fantastic distinction, and I appreciate that you made that. As leaders, right, where the bottleneck's always at the top. Peter Drucker, we are the rate limiting step for growth within our organization. If we're not willing to invest in ourselves and grow, our organization's growth will stagnate, and it will not continue to grow past our ability to grow. So, talk to us. Let's take it outside of LinkedIn. AI in general, is there anything else that you're seeing? Obviously, you specialize within LinkedIn and the ability to use AI within LinkedIn. Do you have any other advice, any other insights into AI across the spectrum of business outside of LinkedIn specifically?
Yeah, so Evy AI right now works on Facebook, works on TikTok, on Instagram, on School. I don't know if you ever heard of School, SKOOL. It literally works everywhere. We're rolling it out to every single platform, and it all has to do with the personas that you set up. So we have this little sidebar, and you can go on Facebook right now and start using it. And you can reply to people's posts, reply to DMs. You can send people connection notes. There's a lot that you can do with it. So I highly recommend you take the time to identify who you're talking to, building those relationships. And if by mistake you call somebody, let's say, for example, you hit Laura up and you call her Matthew, you can always edit it. It's okay. You know what I mean? But it's not automated. That's the key. The key is it's not automated. It's manual. And some people don't want manual things. They want, I want everything automated. Well, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
That's the key. The key is we're not there. We're not at a place where everything is already going to be automated. Eventually, everything will be automated. But for right now, what you want to do is you want to take a moment and really just get to know your people, connect with them deeply, and make sure that you are taking a strategic approach. I believe that the right strategy will save you a decade. Most people are spraying and praying and hoping for the best. I say hope is a great thing, Matthew. But hope is just not a great strategy.
Yeah.
So if you want to actually be successful, you need to start being more strategic with what you're doing. And if you can actually be more strategic, you are going to take your life and your business to a whole new level. That's what I tell people, yeah.
And so on the other social media platforms, are they connecting with people on your business account, or is it just your personal account?
I would say personal account is the key, the name of the game in general. The reason why personal account is the name of the game is because people don't want to connect with businesses. They want to connect with people.
Yeah.
So think about it. If you're making a referral, you're not referring it to a business. Oh, go use AT&T. Okay, that's fine. But like if you have a small business that's doing $1 million a year or $500,000 or $250,000 or $3 million or $5 million, no one's going to say, go use this technology. They're going to say, go speak to Joe, go speak to Matthew.
Yeah.
That's where the world is changing towards. People want to do business with other people. They're sick of dealing with massive corporations. They want to deal with real people. They want to feel like they're the only one. Personalization matters. That's the idea. So if personalization matters, then think about that for a second. How personalized are you being? Are you using people's first names? I think it was Dale Carnegie that said, the one thing that people want more to hear more than anything in the whole wide world is their first name.
Yeah.
Like it's the sweetest thing they've ever heard in their life. So if I say Matthew, 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 that's kind of getting you excited.
Yeah. That's a fantastic distinction, and I appreciate that you made that. So obviously somebody can get connected. When you're looking at your organization, talk to us about what you're doing now. What is Joe's role now within your organization? You've had this incredible scale. You're growing crazy, adding users. You're all over the world. What does Joe's life look like? What is your involvement within your organization right now?
Well, right now, my goal is to build relationships with people, get to know them, get in clients and come up with new ideas. I just came up with an idea for an AI agent that allows you to research anybody's connections really, really quick. That's really the power. The power of LinkedIn is really getting to connect with people and building those relationships and getting to know them. And so for me, that's That's really what I'm up to.
I love that. And so what does your team look like? Are you across the world, or are you based in Jersey? Where are you all at?
We're definitely across the world. We're all over. We're everywhere.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So one of the questions I love to get from folks is what we like to focus on commitments rather than just goals, right? A goal kind of seems more flippant in a lot of ways, but a commitment is, hey, I'm committed. I'm kind of putting this out in the universe. I'm going to do this. I'm committed to doing this. What is a commitment, Joe, that you have within your organizations in 2025?
Well, my number one commitment for 2025 is to make sure that I build a group of 1,000 engaged LinkedIn users. So it's one thing to have tens of thousands of people that are using your service or whatever, and it's different for you to be able to actually build a list of actual engaged LinkedIn users. That's really the key. So that's kind of like what I'm building. I have a special community with all my engaged LinkedIn users, and I'm kind of getting to know them one by one and building those relationships. So I'm really committed to getting to know more people. They say there's something called the Dunbar number, where you can only really know 150 people at one time. I don't know if you ever heard of Robert Dunbar, an anthropologist.
Yeah.
So that's the average person. I think if we're a networker, we're like way above average. That's the idea. So if you're above average, then you could be getting to know many, many more people.
Yeah, I love that. And so you're leveraging for yourself. Obviously, it helps your organization, but you're leveraging for yourself this LinkedIn community. What does an active user on LinkedIn look like for you?
Someone who is posting, engaging, and messaging. Someone who's actually using the platform. Someone who responds to me. Think about that for yourself. You send somebody a message and they don't respond to you. What do? Do you get upset? No, I just disconnect.
Yeah.
Especially when you have 1,000 people waiting to connect with you. So if I've been messaging you for years, then I would probably disconnect. Unless, of course, I know you're watching it, you're seeing it. Like on LinkedIn, you can see. You can actually see who's actually on LinkedIn right now. Did you know there's a little cute green dot?
Yeah.
So you see that green dot when it's solid, that means they're using LinkedIn on their computer right now. If there's a hole in it, that means they're on their cell phone and they're available. So
that's awesome. That's fantastic advice. Well, Joe, again, give us the way somebody gets connected to you. That they want to use your services. They want to crush LinkedIn. They want to grow their business. Give us the pitch one more time. How do they get connected?
Well, the number one way to get connected with me is to send the word bundle to 973-841-8868. You send it as a text message from your cell phone. If you don't have the ability to send a text message because you're international or because you don't have a cell phone or whatever, you can just go to evyai.com/bundle and you can check it out there. You can easily find me by Googling my name, Joe Apfelbaum. You could even misspell it. It'll help you. And then you're good to go.
Awesome.
That's the idea.
I love that. Well, I'll make sure I put all that in the show notes. Joe, thank you for sharing your insights and your wisdom. Your growth is admirable, and I look forward to learning more about your system, implementing it for us as we grow our franchise system, as well as just grow our local businesses, get connected to more folks that are going to be great customers, great referring customers. So
I love that. I love the idea that you have a franchise system that you want to grow and you want to use the platform to be able to grow it. It's so smart. The Lighting Pros, franchise.com, like all that stuff that you're doing is really fantastic. And I'm excited to learning more about you. I actually had my AI do a little bit of research on you. And it told me that Lighting Pros is recognized for its commitment to quality and customer satisfaction, contributing to its rapid growth in the outdoor lighting sector. It told me that you're targeting homeowners and businesses seeking outdoor lighting solutions, particularly for seasonal decorations and landscape enhancements. And it told me that you're expanding your franchise opportunities and enhancing service offering to outdoor lighting. And it said that you recently participated in the Light It Up Expo to improve customer service and team building. And it told me we should discuss the innovative trends in outdoor lighting when we talk next. And we should also share experiences related to family activities like fishing, camping, and interest in lifelong learning and fitness. So that's what EvyAI basically said. If you're going to talk to these guys, these are the things you should talk to him about.
That's so cool.
Right?
Just to be able to give you, right, okay, let me put my salesman hat on because it never really comes off. I love to network personally. I love to sell. That's my bread and butter. That's what I feel so called to do as an individual, and I feel like that's God's
your call of duty.
It's my call of duty, right? But it's this idea that the technology it's not going to do it for you, but it can support you. And that thing that you just gave us, that synopsis, man, the value that is, the amount of research that you would have had to do to get that synopsis, it is well worth the cost, right? I mean, that's hours of your time that you have right there. That now, when you and I talk, I mean, I know you're using the software, but who cares? But you know me, and so you talk about making these connections, actual share connections. That's fantastic. Well, Joe, I look forward to connecting more. Thank you again for doing the podcast. I appreciate you sharing your wisdom. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Market Mavericks. We'll see you soon.
Boom.
Recording stopped.
You crushed it.
Thank you for saying that. Why do you say I crushed it? Like, what's the number one thing that you love the most about my presentation? Like, what's because you do a lot of podcasts, right?
Yeah. So I appreciate you asking that, man. I love that you shared about the impact that LinkedIn could have. And one thing that I enjoyed during it is that you were talking about so many people are afraid to share their costs. You know, I've got this program. You should just sign up. Let's take you through a 15-hour conversation about it, and then I'm going to tell you it's $10 million, right? That people are concerned about that. But also, I love that you were playing with the AI while we were talking, that you were showing this is how easy it is to use. This is the kind of information you give. I love it.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you endlessly, and I would love to have you on the bundle if you're interested in joining us. We have
I am. I actually am.
Yeah, and we have a training session on March 5th. It's a 2-hour training session. From looking at your LinkedIn, I really, really think that you can leverage it, especially because you have so much content with your podcast. EvyAI gives you unlimited posts. So, like, you could take your podcast, drop it into EvyAI, and it'll just write a post for you with a hook, main points, call to action, and hashtags. You're not doing that now, and that could really change the game for you. And you know, my advice to you would be just like be more strategic about your use of LinkedIn, and you're going to get many more franchisors for your franchise, and also people that work with franchisors, like franchise consultants that help people pick franchises. Those are the people that are going to help you sell the franchise a lot more. So congrats on what you're doing. Very impressed with what you're doing.
Thank you.
And I sent you a connection request. I had to remove another Matthew.
Okay.
In order to add you, but I'm looking forward to getting to know you.
Me too. I really am. I appreciate you're being willing to share, and you know, as I continue to get into other things, right? I mean, there's all sorts of kind of visions that I have and goals that I have that I think
I'd love to hear more about it.
This kind of platform would be really helpful. But we're running into our time. I want to be respectful of your time. I had you booked till 1, so but I definitely want to talk soon. This will come out in 6 to 8 weeks or so. My team will email you.
Amazing. If
you feel comfortable sharing it, I would love for you to share it on social media. If you don't, I completely respect that. It helps the audience grow. And then
I'll definitely share it. Yeah.
If you know anybody that wants to talk business, that has a specialty, it doesn't have to be around AI.
I do know someone.
Within your connections, I would love an introduction.
Yeah, I'll do that for you. All right. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Joe. You have a blessed day. We'll talk soon.
You too. Bye. All right. That was done, ladies and gentlemen. That was done. We got it. Now let's pop open our Zoom and let's get on the next call. Let's get on the next call.
Recording in progress.
All right. Are we good to go? Jen?
We have 3 people.
Oh, wonderful. Let them in. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. Let's just see. Spotlight for everybody. It looks like Carmen's joining us too. Hey, Carmen. Hey, Selena. Hey, Veronica. Claire, you made it.
Woo!
Welcome. So glad that you're here. Oh my gosh. Let me click on gallery. Let me unpin myself. How do I remove spotlight? I just remove my spotlight. Oh my gosh. And we got Tevye in the house. He's coming in. He's coming in hot. Oh my gosh. Amazing. So glad that you guys are here. This is exciting. Oh, we got Diane Forrester. I feel like you guys are part of my family, you know, like after spending so much time on a ship with you guys. It's very special. You know, like you really get to know people. It's like these days it's hard to get to know people because we're busy with families and with life and with like busyness. You know, they say after you're 30, it's really hard like to even schedule just going out for a drink. And we get to spend 8 days drinking unlimited hot chocolates from the hot chocolate machine till it breaks. So I don't know about you guys, but I got my fill of hot chocolates. So this is really exciting. I'm actually on live now, but if you guys want me to leave the LinkedIn Live on, I could leave it on. Or if you guys want to be more private, I can turn it off private, right? Claire's saying private, or leave it on. What do you think? In the chat, let me know.
Leave it on.
Okay, Sherry says leave it on. What do you guys think? Because I'm on Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, and YouTube Live. If anybody writes private, we'll just turn it off, and then we can share the recording after. Because I don't want people to feel self-conscious. Because like if anyone feels a little weird about it. But in the chat, let me know where you're dialing in from, so we know where you guys are. That you guys know how to use the chat too. Because I think it's important for us to use the chat. So in the chat, let me know where you're dialing in from, and I don't see anyone chatting in the chat yet. But do you guys have trouble? Okay, San Diego, perfect. Okay, good. And if you guys are uncomfortable with the live, just say make it private, and I'll make it private. But it looks like Sherry wants us to keep the live on, so I think if anybody has an issue with it, you'll let me know if you do or don't, because we're gonna do elevator pitches and so on, blah blah blah. But you can send me a private message if you're uncomfortable with it and you're uncomfortable saying publicly. Okay. So what we're doing here is our goal is to be able to get to know each other a little bit more and to network and figure out how we can do business with each other. I'm going to be creating breakout rooms, so you'll have private time with each other as well. What we did on the ship was we were on the Marketers Cruise together, in case some of you forgot. We were on the Marketers Cruise for 8 days together, and we ran something called high-speed networking, where we had a row of chairs. And we were expecting like 10 people to show up, and 50 people showed up. So we had to keep expanding and adding more chairs and more chairs and more chairs. So it was crazy. And I figured, let me try to do this on Zoom as well. I've done it many times on Zoom. And the last time we did it on Zoom, it was a really big hit. People really loved it. And so I figured, you know what? Why don't we do this again? And this time I kind of made it a little earlier because I wanted to make sure that Claire made it. Just for Claire, we made it a little bit earlier. And we're going to do it again. I want to do it a couple more times this year. But it could get overwhelming with the amount of follow-up that everybody needs to do, because we all know the fortunes in the follow-up. And so, I'm going to create little rooms called breakout rooms. And it looks like Elisa's coming in here. So I just wanted to make sure everyone's in here. So we'll wait till 1:05 in order to actually launch it. But if you have any events coming up that you want to share with everyone, feel free to pop them in the Zoom chat. If you have any things going on in your life that you need support with, we'll have more time to kind of discuss that towards the end. So feel free to kind of let me know if there's anything that you want to share. Pop it in the chat. Anything you want to promote, any events that that are happening, any special things that are going on in your life, feel free to share it. And then we'll also kind of all go around and say our page number and all that stuff. By the way, did you know that you can right-click on your on your face, on your like Zoom video, and then hit change name? Like, for example, I'm going to right-click on mine and rename. The last option is rename for me. And then I can just do PG30, and then I just put PG30. So PG30 means I'm on page 30. So this way, if you want to put your PG number at the end, I know Claire has a long thing, so she might not be able to fit it at the end of that. And if you're in the digital directory, like some of you, just write DD instead of PG. So this way we know that you're in the digital directory. Just put 2 Ds in there and just put your number. Hello, everybody. So glad you guys are here. It's so nice that you made it. We're officially going to begin. Welcome to the Marketers Cruise High Speed Networking. I'm going to create breakout rooms, and this way you guys can network with each other and build relationships one-on-one. And it's going to be short. They're not going to be very long breakout rooms. The point is for you not to tell each other your life story, but maybe to schedule a meeting or something like that, like to build those relationships and kind of do those one-on-ones quickly that you don't have time to do. So it'll be 2 or 3 people per room. I'm going to hit create. Let me just make sure that everybody is, that everyone has at least one person that's not a robot. I'm going to exchange room 5 with the note taker.
Oh, Herschel's coming in.
Oh, someone's coming in?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, welcome, Hirsch.
Hey, hi everyone.
Good to see you. I'm gonna recreate the breakout rooms again because Hirsch is here now. And I am going to swap Hirsch out for something else. But hope you guys are having fun. Guys, put your let me go to room 1. put your page number as your name. So when we take a screenshot later, it'll kind of show. Move to room 5. I'm just rearranging everybody's rooms here so that everyone has a partner that's not a robot. And I'll go, let's see. Okay, it looks like everybody has a partner. Oh, actually, you know what? I found the robot here. I found a robot in room 2, so I'll move room 2 to meet with Selena in room 4. Okay. All right, excellent. Now everybody has a partner. All right, so I'm going to hit open rooms, and each person's going to, I'm going to give you guys, what should we do? Like 2 minutes is good, or should we do like 4 minutes per time? Because the less time we give you, the more people. Okay, 4 minutes. 4 minutes or 2 minutes? What do we say in the chat? 2 minutes is good? Okay. So I'll give you guys 2 minutes. Okay, it looks like everyone's saying 2 in the chat. Okay. I'm going to hit open rooms, and I'll just end it in 2 minutes, and then I'll swap it around, and you guys will be able to meet a lot of people quickly. And the thing you want to chat about was, what does the cruise after party look like, and what does the follow-up look like for you? Okay, the cruise after party and the follow-up look like, and I'll see you guys back here in 2 minutes. Hi, Dawn. Let me see where the main session is. Oh, participants. Dawn Evans. I don't know if you're actually here. Oh, Dawn was supposed to go with Tevya. So I'm going to join Tevya. Dawn. It looks like Dawn was supposed to be in your room, and Dawn is here, Tevya.
Okay.
So we can chat because Dawn is not chatting.
Dawn, are you there?
I see she's unmuted. Do you know who Dawn Evans is?
I do. I don't remember her face, but yeah.
We can look her up in the digital directory and see who Dawn Evans is. How are you doing?
Anyway.
Everything good with you?
I got your hello. I responded.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, feeling very, very blessed. What about you?
I'm feeling good today.
Okay,
Every day
good.
is a little bit different.
Yeah, remember we're live right now, so you don't want to share anything personal.
Yeah,
just
no,
FYI.
Dawn Evans from the UK.
You're in the UK right now?
No, Dawn.
Oh, I'm gonna ask my AI. Who is Dawn
Public
Evans?
speaking and event creator, professional trainer.
Who is Dawn Evans? Let me see. And then what we can do is we could even pull Dawn in. We can even call Dawn. Dawn Evans is a serial entrepreneur, trainer. She's a CEO of a Jua training. Okay, in the UK. Awesome. Well, if Dawn doesn't come on, we'll how has the follow-up been for you?
I've been following up. I was following up with people for a few weeks, and I kind of fell off, so I need to start that up again.
Yeah, I
but
totally
I
get
definitely
it.
have been maintaining relationships with a bunch of people.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. That's really, really cool. Yeah, if you have any trouble with maintaining relationships or anything, I highly recommend putting people into some type of a spreadsheet, especially the people that you already know, and then try to identify a short list of first name, last name, and what your strategy is with them. Like, what's the goal for you to follow up with them about, even if it's only 20 people, and then keep that and look at that spreadsheet maybe once a week for 15, 20 minutes, and then just, look up their social media profiles, see what they're up to. I save everybody into a list inside Evy AI just to make my life easier. That's my strategy. I have a little Evy AI list. So yeah, that just saves me a ton of time in terms of like what my process is to kind of go through and find all the people that I want to network with and build relationships with them that way. Guys, was that good or did that suck? Did your partner suck?
No, that was not 2 minutes each. That was 3 minutes total.
It
was 3 minutes
2 minutes total or 3 minutes total?
Okay, I'm going to read.
Total.
Okay, so I'll give you guys another 2 minutes. All right, I'm going to send you guys back in.
Thank you.
All
Okay,
right.
good.
All right, you guys are back here with me and Tevye. I'll send you guys back in for 2 minutes. There you go. Sorry about that. I totally screwed that one up. Masroor? All right, there we go. I totally screwed up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me pull up everyone's. Let me pull up my Evy AI. And I'm going to pull up everybody's stuff from here. I'm going to go to my save profiles. Then I'm going to put up the cruise people, cruise, active cruise, cruise clients, and marketers cruise. And then I'm just going to identify all the people that are actually here that came today. Sherry Armstrong is here today. Okay, so I could see Sherry Armstrong's here. Let's see who else came. Let me pull them all up. We have, let's see who else. Elisa's here. Let's just see, Elisa's here. See if she posted today. Okay, so now I'm going to hit close all rooms. Who else is here? Masroor is here. Am I even sharing am I sharing my screen? Is that what's going on over here? Return to meeting. Oh, there it is. We got 30 seconds left. Let's see, we got Tina. No, Tina's not here. Diane Forrester. We got Selena. We got Hirsch. Welcome back, everybody. So that was 2 minutes. Masroor, did we get it right this time?
I mean,
Like, don't ask me. He's like, I'm just being present.
It happens too quick anyway.
It happens very quick. It's just going to be a quick thing. If you want to meet a lot of people, that's just what happens. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. So this is the nature of the beast. Sometimes it's going to be a little too fast. If you guys are hearing me twice, then everyone should mute themselves, and I can actually mute everyone for you. And if you want to unmute yourself, feel free to unmute yourself after, because sometimes when you hear it through the audio, through someone's microphone, that's kind of like what happens. But tell me what your experience is like. You can do it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself. What was your experience like? I know it was a little quick in the beginning. Diane, unmute yourself. Feel free, or go ahead.
Okay, where's Carmen? Now I see her. What a great experience. We both have events coming up. We're both registering for each other's events and supporting each other. And then we're going to be, affiliate partners together, like all in that couple of minutes. Amazing.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's really unbelievable. I can't believe you guys got that done so quickly. You're like Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah. Well, we know how to get it done.
You know how to get it done. Anybody else want to share? Mo, go ahead.
Yeah, Michael Taylor, who I met on the cruise, he just loves to drop knowledge. He's like helped me reshape my brand in 3 minutes. And he did that on the cruise. And so I said to him, put it in the chat where I can leave you as a glowing review, because when I sit with Michael, he wants you to succeed. And that is so, and I've worked with a lot of BS coaches in my life. And man, I tell you, every time I'm around Michael, it's just value, just flying at me. And it's so great. So well done, Michael. You're the real deal, man.
Thank you. And Sherry, I see you have your hand up. Feel free to share. What was your room like?
Yes. Well, I met Veronica, and we talked really fast, and I learned a lot about her in her cold calling co. And she was very encouraging in the sense that She reminded me of what I did in the after party as far as Tom Beal's challenge on what to do the last 4 weeks. And then just this last week, it was 4 weeks. And so we both were able to say that we've accomplished a lot during that time. And for me, it was learning more about AI and getting my opt-ins ready.
Amazing.
And also, finishing up some coaching things that I've been putting off because I've had to, there's just a lot that goes into running a business.
Well done, Sherry. Thank you. Carmen, do you want to share briefly? And this way we'll get to the next one real quick.
Sure. I just want to echo what Diane said earlier about just the magic of very quickly being able to find ways to support each other. And I had the pleasure of meeting Diane on the cruise and having dinner with her. So it was nice just to have that time to reconnect. And I also want to just echo a little plug for Michael Taylor, who's my success partner.
Amazing.
And yes, he does amazing things. So I just want to just put in a little plug for Michael. Michael, I love you.
Aw, I love that the loves are flying here. That's really, really awesome. Guys, I'm going to open up the rooms. I'm going to give you guys 4 minutes this time instead of 2 minutes. I know you guys wanted me to go a little bit longer, so we're going to do it. So I'll bring you back at 1:22. Thank you very much for being patient with the technology stuff. Doors are open. Go enjoy your partner. So it is what it is. I'm going to minimize this right now here. And let's just see if we can send the note taker back to the main session. And let's start commenting on some of these posts here. Blockchain from 4 hours ago. I'm going to go here. Close this, go back to the home page, cancel this, change this to be a smart reply, a friendly reply, and click here, hit comment. Now I'm drafting comments pretty quickly. I'm going to press insert, press comment. Absolutely, Selena. It's fantastic to see how blockchain can transform industries, not beyond just crypto. Amazing. So I'm going to go to each person over here and drop a comment. Hirsch, it looks like I already opened Hirsch. Diane Forrester. I'm going to go ahead and drop a comment on Diane's post. Press insert. I'm going to press OK. Also going to go to the Facebook community and kind of see if anybody's commenting on any of my stuff. Let's just see what's going on here. No, that's good. I'm going to click here. Boom. And then I'm also going to minimize this and just double check to see. Looks like 1:19, so we got 2 more minutes left. See what I have going on. So I'm going on LinkedIn Live at 2:30. I'm going to close this. I don't need that open. Cruise. All right, now I'm going to start the process of closing the doors. I'm going to move Jen to the side here. Close the doors. Everyone will have 60 seconds to come back. And here we are. It looks like Jen is here twice. Jen, you're here twice?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Looks like you guys are back. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, Masroor. So good to see you that you made it back. All right, everyone, please make sure that I see one person here without video. Looks like Coach Tevye wants to share. Coach, go ahead, Coach Tevye. I can't hear what you're saying. Oh, now I can hear you. Go ahead.
I know the next question is, how did it go in your room? And I was in a room with Carmen, and it turns out we pretty much have the same avatar, and we're gonna set up a meeting.
Same avatar. Wow.
Yeah.
Hirsch, if you want to right-click on your face and then rename and put your page number, feel free. Because right now you're branding yourself with just the word Hirsch, but there's no page number there. So feel free to right-click and add your page number, because I want to do a selfie, and I want to make sure everyone has their page numbers when I paste it in the community. Claire, do you want to share? Because I know that rhymes. No, you don't want to share? Okay, good. Elisa, you want to share? About how your room went? No, she's fine. Anybody else want to share?
Well, Veronica has her hand up.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't see that. Sorry. Veronica, go ahead. I don't know why, because, it's blending into the background.
My partner was Elisa, and it was very nice to meet her because we did the LinkedIn party, so it was nice to have a one-on-one. We talked about a couple of things. I have an accountability partner, Selena Billings, since a year ago. So and Elisa expressed interest of also having one for herself. And then we talked about the gap in the gain and some of the experiences I'm having with doing an exercise. So yeah, that's what our
Love that. Love that. Okay. And Jeanette, go ahead.
Yeah, I talked with Selena, and out of 450 people, can't believe we didn't talk to each other that whole week. But at least we saw each other on the Zumba class, dance floor that one day. But yeah, it was really good to be able to connect, So what's nice is be able to connect. We didn't connect. Now we are connecting. And then next year when we go back, we'll be able to connect even more. So awesome.
Okay, so I want to do a quick selfie if you guys don't mind. So if your camera's off, turn it on if you can. If you're dressed, if you're not dressed, please leave it off. We don't need to see anything we didn't see on the cruise. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the little thing. My little screenshot tool, and I'm going to hit capture. So look at the screen real quick. Here we go. Smile. Okay, look at that. Masroor looked like he was really busy on his computer there, which is fine. So we got him looking down. Hang on a second. Let's do this one more time. Sorry, I got Masroor looking down like he was super hacking the Pentagon. Hang on a second. There, smile. Look at the screen. Okay, this one was much, much better. I'm going to share this. Now, I want to show you guys a cool hack that I think you'll all be able to use. And I know, Sherry, you want to share as well. So I'm going to share you guys a crazy hack. Check this out. I'm going to share my screen. Where did my Zoom go? I'm going to share my screen just to show you guys something that I figured out recently. So, okay, so I'm sharing my screen. So this is the screenshot. Can you guys see the screenshot on my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so check this out. I'm going to copy the screenshot. Okay, so I have it copied on my clipboard. I close it. Then I'm going to go into a tool called ChatGPT, okay? So I have a ChatGPT version for the cruise that is on page 30 that you guys can access when you click on go to page 30. But check this out. If I paste this screenshot into ChatGPT with all you there, and I say the following, make me a table that is numbered with everybody's first, last, and all the information that you can find about each person inside the directory, so that I can paste it into a Google spreadsheet. These are the people that are attending the networking event that we have here on Zoom. Thank you very much for organizing this for me. Okay, so now I'm going to press go. Let's just see what it does. Let's just see what it does. See if it makes me a numbered table. Do you guys think it's going to go? Sherry, do you want to share while it's doing this? While it's thinking?
Yes, thank you. I was in the room with Diane Forrester on page 110, and she is having an event coming up on March 14th, Unlock the Power of TV. And I just want to encourage y'all in any way. Sounds like an awesome opportunity. And she's on page 110, so give her, get in touch with her, because she really, it's amazing. It can help you grow your business.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And in that time, look what it did. It made me a spreadsheet with everybody's first name, last name, business title, website, email address, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, main product, the help that you want, and the real gift of value that you add for every single person that's in this room.
And did you just do this on regular ChatGPT, Joe?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not regular ChatGPT. This is ChatGPT supercharged with Joe Apfelbaum superpowers. There's a version called a custom GPT that I created with my superpowers. And what I'm running is I'm running something called AI agents that go out to the internet and they scour information about each person, organize it, and then you can train a model that has everyone's proper information in there so you can do some fancy things with it. So just FYI, if you go to page 30, you can see that. And I created something else for you guys as a gift. If you go to highenergycruise.com, I bought the domain because why not, highenergycruise.com. You tell it a little bit about yourself and who you want to meet, and you press submit. And I built the whole thing with AI. You hit submit. It'll search through the directory and tell you the 3 people you need to network with that were on the cruise. Right? I don't know if it still works, but I built it and it worked at one point. I haven't tested it out, but that's the idea. Anybody else want to share anything? And by the way, yes, I'm going to make this spreadsheet that I'm making right now available for all of us on this call in 4 minutes. I'm just going to send you guys for another 4 minutes, and then I'll bring you guys back. Unless you guys just want to chill here for a little bit and have a conversation for 5 minutes, just between each other. You guys want to do that because it's stressful to go out for the 4-minute thing, or would you rather do the 4-minute thing and meet one more person now? 4-minute thing?
Let's separate into groups. It's great doing it individually.
Individually is good? Okay, good. So let me hit recreate. Let me just make sure that everyone doesn't have a robot. Okay, great. I'll put Michael Taylor into... Now, if you're in the room with the same person again, then don't stress out about it. Just figure out a way to work together. God put you in the room with that person for a reason, right? And I'm not saying that I'm God because I didn't do it. Just like, whatever. Anyway, that didn't sound right. Let me just go to put this on. But that would be funny if I called myself God. I think that would be hilarious. Okay, I'm going to hit recreate, and I'll see you guys in 4 minutes at 1:34 Eastern. All right, opening all rooms. And I'll have that spreadsheet ready for you guys, okay? Chill. So I'm having it organize the spreadsheet for me to make it a little bit better. Let's see, Diane, Mo, Claire. Oh, it still didn't know for... Oh, there we go. Now it found the Lisa's information. All right, now I'm going to go to sheets.new. And I'm going to paste in all this information about each person. How many people did we have? We had 16 people. Veronica Palin, Mike and Taylor. Okay. I'm going to go here. It wasn't able to give me everyone on one go. That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to say, give me all the info for Claire. What info do you have on Claire and the last 3 people? Let me find the last 3 people here. Make me a table just for them. Make me a table just for them with their info and find it. Let's just see what it does. Marketers cruise. High energy. Oh. High. Oh, look at that. It found it. Can you give me that same table with all links? With all links. Close all rooms. Close all rooms. We got 19 seconds left. All righty. You guys are back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Our spreadsheet is complete. So exciting. I'm going to share it with you guys in the chat in just a moment. But who wants to share? Was this valuable to you? How do we get your contact list of the crews that we talked about on Evy AI? Carmen, I'll show you how we get that. How do you change my name on screen? You right-click on your name and you hit rename.
It doesn't work for everyone.
Oh, if it doesn't work for you, let me know and I'll...
There's 3 dots at the top of your picture. Hit the 3 dots, and at the bottom it says rename.
Yeah, I taught Carmen how to do it, so she just renamed herself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Jeanette. It worked for me.
Amazing. So how did you guys do on this session? Was this better than before or was it worse?
I got to be with Hirsch again.
Amazing.
And he's amazing. And he's we connected early one morning. He was another early riser, and we had a great chat. And he is I said, I've gotten real good at sensing BS in people. My meter's gotten super tight, and he is just not that guy. He is such a neat, genuine person, and I just so it was fun to spend time with him and figure out what he does and how I can direct traffic to him. So
love that. Love that. Anybody else want to share? Fantastic meeting Dawn Evans, the awesome Welsh girl. another individual I haven't met yet. This is so awesome, Joe. Wow. That's exciting. I'm going to hit recreate, and we'll do this one more time. 7 rooms. And again, I don't know if you guys were in a room already together with somebody that you're in a room with now. And I think everybody's here. Let me just double check. Make sure you're not in a room with a note taker or something. I'm going to put Masroor in room 3 because he's with Jen. Did we lose some people, or is everyone still here? Looks like we may have lost 2 people, right? We lost some
people that had to go.
Okay.
And I've got a hard stop.
You got a hard stop at the top of the hour?
Yeah.
Okay,
so.
good. Yeah, I'll make sure we finish before. I'm going to hit open rooms, and we'll do one last round, and I'll bring you guys back in 4 minutes. I'll bring you back at 1:41 Eastern. All right. Let's go ahead and tighten this up here. Perfect. Now we have all this. Real GIF of value. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find Carmen's post. Let's see if I have Carmen Let's see if she's in here. Let me search Carmen Conquest, type spreadsheet. It looks like Kelly's trying to join. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Kelly, I can't see you or hear you. Hey, Kelly, welcome. So good to see you. What's going on?
Thank you.
Everybody.
I just did a children's book class, so I just finished it.
Oh, congratulations. How was that?
Oh, good. There was about 16 people on it, so yeah, it was fun.
Amazing.
Yeah. How are you up? What have you been up to?
I'm chilling like a villain.
Oh,
Enjoying my life.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying life. That's what I'm up to.
Awesome. Good, good, good. Oh, boy.
Yeah, so we're going to bring everybody back in 3 minutes. How was your follow-up from the cruise? Do you feel like you did what you needed to do?
Yeah, I did. I got lots of referrals, which was awesome. I spent a lot of, well, I wouldn't say a lot of time, but probably connected with maybe 10, 15 people.
Oh, wow.
I think like that I've actually had calls with. So
that's incredible.
Yeah, it's been good. I can't complain. So yeah, so I'm excited about it.
Wow.
How about you?
I got about 20 clients as a result of it.
Ooh, 30, that's exciting.
Yeah, 33 JV partners. And I made about 100 new friends. That's basically that. That's the amount of people that I was able to connect with and build relationships with. So I feel like I did pretty good. I think I got a really good ROI on the cruise, and that's why I'm going to bring people with me next year from my community. So very excited about that. And I feel like it was a very good use of my time.
Good. Yeah, I felt that way too. And I know that, there'll be more relationships built over the year and everything. And that was why I really wanted to be here today, was just to keep connecting with people. One of the things that I really liked was that people were referring other people to me, which I thought was awesome, right? Because that means that they knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes people don't refer people because they don't know what the heck the person is doing. So they can't refer people to them. Um, so I thought, okay, that's good. I think my messaging was clear enough that people knew, you know, what I do for business. So
Amazing. Amazing.
yeah.
That's really
So
exciting. I'm so excited that that you're getting value from it and that people are getting to know you and that you have good messaging and all that. I think that's really exciting to see what people are doing.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's the important thing. I mean, why else do it, right? If you're not going to make the connection.
Yeah.
So, and my thing is I'm very introverted. So when I go to a networking event, the first thing I do when I get there is plan my escape. So
Wow.
you know, I'm like I figure out what time I can safely leave, right? But so at the marketers cruise, I made sure that okay, I'm doing this. I'm gonna go to some of the pizza and profits and
Amazing.
you know,
And
really
let me show you
put myself
what
out
I'm
there.
having ChatGPT do right now. It's organizing all your information here. Do you see this? Kelly Woodhouse.
Yep, I can see
And I'm
it.
putting in all the information here, and then I'm going to put it into the spreadsheet with everybody else's information here as well, because you just showed up, and I want to make sure that everyone kind of gets to know you here. 17.
Cool.
And so I just added you to the spreadsheet that I'm going to be sharing with everybody else as well. Just like
thank
that.
you. Yeah,
So
I
you're
was just teaching them how to use ChatGPT for their children's books. So.
Oh, amazing. Amazing, amazing. So I'm glad that you joined us. Hey, everybody, welcome back. So glad that you guys are here. I was just sharing with Kelly how I added her to the spreadsheet with just clicking a button. And just boom, her name just appeared with everything on that spreadsheet really quick. So did you guys get value from this? Was this valuable for you? I see Veronica has her hand up. Veronica, tell us what you're so excited about.
Well, I got Mesber twice, so we really got to talk longer. And one of the things we wanted to ask you, or I wanted to bring up with you, is how do you scrape phone numbers from LinkedIn? Some people don't know how to do it or that it exists. So I thought it's something that might be helpful, since some people have great lists on LinkedIn, right? But if they want to do the calling component to invite them to something, how do they get the numbers?
Yeah, so the way that I would do it is I would first make a dashboard, like what we're going to do for Carmen. You create a dashboard with everybody's first name, last name, LinkedIn URL, email address. And then you could have AI do the research for you. So, for example, you can have AI go and do research on all the information. And often it'll find their cell phone number or their phone number there. Or you can open up anyone's profile. For example, Eric. I'm just going to randomly open up a guy. And I'm going to click on contact info. And usually their cell phone number is right here. Do you see that? Where their cell phone number is here? And so you could either use AI to collect all the information, the way that I just showed you with the agent that I have on the thing, or you can just use this, and then you can compile it all using, for example, Evy AI. You can save people to a list. You see the way I saved them to a list, and then you can click on networking, and it'll automatically create a summary with all this contact information right inside Evy AI. Or you can use custom Chrome extensions to send things to CRM. You see the way that I had that little dot over there. So there are lots of different ways that you can do it. It all depends on how many you have. And you also got to be careful because LinkedIn does not allow scraping. So you just have to be careful with how you're doing it. I would say do it more strategically. Make a list of people, like 100 people that you want to target, and then get all their information and do it more strategically. So that's basically
Well, thanks for
what I would
showing
do.
us. And I strongly recommend that we do that when we build lists, not only for phone calls, but also for texting.
Yeah. Love that.
Messages.
Thank you for sharing that.
Voicemail drops. There's so much application with it. So thanks.
So I was talking to Kelly, and I told Kelly that as a result of me going on the cruise, I got 33 JV partners. And I already was on Elisa's podcast, and I was already on Carol Register's podcast, and I was already on a summit with Carrie, thanks to Elisa as well. And I've gotten numerous intros and made numerous intros. And as a result of being there and being involved in the community, I've also been able to get 20 clients and be able to have 100 new friends. So I have very specific KPIs that I'm measuring on the things that have come out of this. So I'm curious to know, what was your big win for going on the cruise, and what are you doing to continue the momentum? Does anybody want to share? And We can share. It don't have to be long shares. It could be just like I shared in 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be a 2-hour share. But if anybody wants to share what momentum they got, what they benefited from the cruise, so that we could understand how they're doing it. Carmen, go ahead.
Sure. I've been on, let's see now, 3 podcasts since the cruise. I can't tell you the number of JV partners, but I've certainly increased my number of JV partners since the cruise. I've started using your tool, which I think has been incredibly helpful for having more traction on LinkedIn since the cruise, and just trying to keep the momentum going, since the cruise, even though I've been busy and traveling. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And for you, being that you're a client, I'm going to make you a dashboard. So if you go to strategy with all the people from the cruise, if you go to strategy.evyai.com/dashboard, there's instructions there of how I'll make you a dashboard. So when you click, I already made it for Mo, and I see Mo, you have your hand up, and after that I see Coach Tev. I called you Dr. Tev, but first Mo, and then Coach Tev. Go ahead. But I made what I did for Mo was I also took all of her iPhone contacts and all of her Facebook contacts and all of her Google contacts and all of her LinkedIn contacts and put it all into one big dashboard for her. So thank
Also,
you.
my security number and my mother's maiden name, which was weird, but that's cool.
But we do weird.
I'm sure
That's what we do.
You have a trusting face. I'm sure it's fine. Well, I was gonna say that, I'm working. Joe, in like 30 seconds, helped me come up with a 3-month offer, a real quick $1,000 lose 15 pounds in 3 months. And he's like, "Can you do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that." And so he's generated this flow, and then the dashboard, working with that, seeing all the wizardry there. So this is a big old shout out to Joe Apfelbaum, and he gets me, man, and for better or for worse. And there was something else I wanted to say too. Oh yeah, and then I was on a summit. I was invited to a summit, Genius.
Unlocked.
Global Genius Summit, and I got to speak for like 10 minutes and be on a panel, and then I was invited back. So for like 6 hours, he was so impressed with my interviewing skills. I got to be on panels and even interview some of the guests, and it was
awesome.
It was amazing. I'm thinking like, and just these little opportunities, we open ourselves up. It's amazing how the flow unlocks more and more and more. So this was great. So thanks so much, Joe. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Mo. Appreciate you. Doctor.
You're muted. It's funny when the host is muted.
I don't know how I got muted. Somebody unmuted me. Someone muted me. I don't know. I didn't mute myself. But anyway, Dr. Tev, Coach Tev, do you want to share with us what you got out of it? And let's do 30 seconds because I want to do an exercise as well with everyone. So go for it.
Sure. Actually, really quick, the biggest win for me was when I was on the cruise and talking about what I did. Everybody was like, "What? I don't get it." And today it's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Let's make a date to make an appointment and see how it goes."
Wow. All right. Thank you.
Probably connect with you over that.
Awesome. I'd love to hear more about that. Okay, guys. So what I want to do is, in order for us to be able to trust each other more, one of the things that I always say is go a little bit personal. That doesn't mean you have to go private. We don't need to know the details of your, medical history or whatever, but it's good to go a little bit personal and share something personal. So we can go around. We'll do 15 seconds per person. We'll probably get through everybody in like 3 minutes if we do that. What's one thing about you that most people on the cruise didn't know that's personal? So for example, for me, most people on the cruise didn't know that English is not my first language, that for the first 5 years of my life, I didn't even speak English. Okay, who wants to go next? Something personal, interesting that creates curiosity. Sherry.
Yes, most people didn't know that my husband 2.5 years ago was diagnosed with metastatic basal cell carcinoma and was given 6 to 8 months to live. And by living through the book that I wrote, which was The Real Deal, he's now healed of cancer and has been for 6 months.
Wow.
And it's been something that's just been incredible.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Yay. Good job. Okay, who wants to go? 15 seconds. Who wants to go next? Go ahead, Selena.
I'm a grandmother of 8. Most people don't know that.
Grandmother of 8.
And
I
I'm
had
a
no
great
idea.
grandmother of 2.
Wow, a great grandmother of 2. That's insanity. Wow,
Yes.
we're in the presence of greatness. I'm very grateful. Awesome. You're very, very grateful. Very good. Carmen, go ahead.
I've had some interesting jobs. So my first job after college, I was a heavy equipment operator on a road construction crew, the only woman. And I also had a job in door-to-door sales in New York City when I was 21. So I've had some interesting experiences that people don't always attribute to me for somebody who grew up on a farm.
Door-to-door salesperson and grew up on a farm. Look at that. Look at that, Carmen. Good job. Coach Tev, what do you want to share? Something personal.
I wrote my first CRM in the 90s.
Wow, you wrote a CRM in the 90s while I was not using caller ID because there was no caller ID early then. Awesome.
Right.
Thank you. Masroor, go ahead. Want to share?
Japanese was the first language I forgot.
Wow.
So similar to you. I didn't know English when I came to the States at 8 years old.
8 years old and he spoke Japanese. I want to have some sushi with you. Awesome. Claire, you want to go next? You want to pass? Okay. I'm trying to get to everyone. Let's see. Michael. Oh, it looks like Diane. Diane, go ahead.
Most people don't know that I am an award-winning inventor. I invented a kitchen product that got featured on QVC and sold out in 6 minutes.
Oh my God, I had no idea you invented products.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well done.
That
well
was
done.
the accidental entryway into entrepreneurship. Yep.
Claire wants to know what it is in the chat. Go ahead, Veronica. Share. 15 seconds, Veronica. Take it away.
I used to race motorcycles in the 80s. And I also went to university to be a programmer and then switched over to get a French degree and a business degree.
That says a lot about you. Amazing. No wonder why you're so technical and with the program. Love that. Michael, do you want to go next?
Sure. I worked at a male strip club when I was 15 years old.
Oh my God. What a bod. What a bod. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. What about you, Elisa? Do you want to go, or Kelly? Elisa, Kelly, one of the two. I think those
Go
are
ahead,
the...
Elisa.
Many people don't know that I lived in Europe for 11 years.
Wow. Europe, of all places. Amazing. Okay, and Kelly, do you want to take it home? I think everybody else went.
Sure.
Oh, no, Mo didn't go.
Most
Okay.
most people don't know that I'm a grandma also, and this last year I've done like 6 children's books, and so this is why I was late today, is because I was actually teaching a children's book workshop for Kimberly Crow. So.
Wow, Kimberly Crow. Okay, go Mo.
Okay, if you've ever seen Trailer Park Boys or Letterkenny, there's a character on there, Jonathan Torrens. He's my ex-boyfriend. We lived together for 6 months in Halifax back in 1992, lived in Sin. So that's always, I've got so many fanboys. There's like, oh my God, that was J-Rock. And here's the Amish guy on Letterkenny. So if you don't know who that is, and he is the nicest human being and so funny, but we drove each other crazy. So that was super fun.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. I think everyone went. Did I miss anybody? No, everybody went. Okay, now we did that. Now I want to we have a few more minutes. We have like 4 more minutes. So I want everyone just to take a moment and think about your action items. What are you going to do as a result of being here? Maybe you put one action item in the chat that you can commit to doing. What's one thing that you're going to do as a result of being here? My action item is going to be to set the next meeting. We're going to meet again in a couple of weeks. So that's my action item, to set the next meeting and invite all of you. What's your action item? You can put it in the chat. Michael said follow through on the introduction to that Carmen provided. Love that. Connected 4 to 5 people on this call. Amazing. And I have the spreadsheet ready for you guys. So I'm going to put the spreadsheet in the chat so you guys have it. Book a call with Carmen. Love that. I'm also going to make Carmen a connection dashboard once she gives me her LinkedIn connections, and I'll put all the Marketing Cruise people on a separate tab for her so she can easily follow up with all of them.
Thank you.
It says I need access to the sheet.
Yeah, sorry, can't do that. Can't give you access. Just kidding. I'm just going to make it access enabled for everyone. Anyone with a link. Anyone with a link can edit, I guess. So go have fun with it. Anyone with a link can edit. Now you don't need access refresh. Okay, look at that. Look at that, all the action items. Here's one more thing that we can think about as we're writing our action item. I want you guys to think about what's one thing you need from the group. Is there anything that you need? Maybe you have something coming up that you want us to attend. Maybe you need a massage. What do you need? Let us know in the chat what you need, because we're not going to have time to get around to everybody's needs. But if we have it all in the chat, we can later save the chat and circle the chat. What do you need? How can we make your life better? I have a LinkedIn Live happening in exactly 30 minutes, and you're all welcome to join the LinkedIn Live. It's going to be the Influencer Summit recap, where I'm going to be talking about how to leverage LinkedIn with all the tips from the influencers, and I put the link in the chat. If you guys want to join, I will be on LinkedIn Live in 30 minutes on that link. Michael said 20-minute Zoom, that's all. Awesome. Elisa said, everyone join the LinkedIn posting party each Friday. So if you guys don't know, Elisa has a posting party on Fridays where we all go in there and we all post and we all comment on each other's posts, and it's really awesome and it's beautiful. And then we meet for an hour or so. It's really powerful. So highly recommend that you guys join. It's one of the benefits of the cruise, for me at least. Love that. Thank you, Elisa, for putting that together and leading that. Michael said, I'm looking for life coaches to review my new program. No sales at all, promise. Okay, cool. Masrur says, would love referrals from anyone that needs virtual assistance. Carmen says, program validation of my program as well. Love that. Okay, cool. And then Mo said she needs leads.
Always.
She needs leads. That's what she needs. Michael says, I'm looking for life coaches to review. Okay, cool. Awesome. And connecting with more friends on the cruise. Guys, think about this. Don't just make intros to people outside of the cruise. Also consider, you met a couple people here today. Think about who they need to meet on the cruise that they haven't met yet that you met. Because there's instant trust with people that have been together on the cruise, even if they haven't met. There's context there. So it's an easy intro to make. So what's one type of person that was on the cruise that you would like to meet? I would love to meet sales trainers or anyone that works with sales teams. Anyone that's active on LinkedIn. That's who I want to meet. So in the chat, let me know, as the last thing that we do before everyone runs away in 30 seconds, what's one type of person on the cruise that you would like to meet? Established coaches, I see that. Veronica says, I would like to meet a marketing agency people. Love that. Selena said, I'd like to meet blockchain experts. You see how easy that is? Just put it in the chat in 2 or 3 words who you want to meet. Carmen says, an established coach who wants to scale to 7 figures. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for coming here. If you want to have a one word or one sentence close for what you want to say that you got out of this here today, I'm going to do this again in a couple of weeks, and I'll make sure to invite you through the Google Calendar system. And I just want to thank you for all showing up today. This is a beautiful thing that you guys are doing with me, and appreciate you guys coming here. And I'll post the image on Facebook, and I'll thank all of you there, and I'll announce the next date on the Facebook group and the WhatsApp.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you for being here. It's 2:00. I'm going to let you guys rock.
Joe.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
We love you, Joe. Thank you.
Love you too. Thank you. That was fun. All right. Now it's all about the follow-up. I got to set the next meeting and prepare for my next live. So I'm going to stop the stream, and thank you very much for watching. If you guys haven't gotten Evy AI, go ahead and get Evy AI.